Hello and welcome to this video. So as you can see from the thumbnail and from the title, this video is going to be a little bit different from my typical videos. This is going to be a commentary style video where I'm going to be reacting to stories from you through TikTok. I asked for your feedback. I will show you on the screen what I posted here. If you are a woman and you have a story about how your doctor just fully dismissed your concerning symptoms, anything related to like your cycles, I basically just asked you for your stories. And boy, did you give me some stories. I'm going to be reading your stories for the first time here. I am a fertility educator and a menstrual cycle coach. My goal with these videos is to entertain you, but also to help bring awareness to the really desperate need for women's health to do better. We need to pay more attention to women's health. We need to do more research, and we need doctors to be informed and grow. And first and foremost, listen to women and not dismiss symptoms. That's the biggest thing. And so for you as the viewer who probably is not a doctor, I want this to push you to make sure that you are advocating for yourself, because these stories will show you how important it is that you do advocate for yourself, and don't let a dismissal from a doctor be what keeps you from getting answers. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. The first comment says, go in for anything. It's always, could you be pregnant? When's the last cycle? Knew someone who kept going in for cramps and pain, and they said it was just their period, and it was actually an ovarian cyst, and they said it was about to explode. That's definitely a recurring theme, and I understand they don't want to think zebras when they hear hoofbeats or whatever that phrase is. They're trying to address those common things. They don't want to scare us, and they wouldn't want to just assume it's something worse than it is. But when a woman comes in who has been dealing with her cycles for like 10 plus years, we know what is normal for us and we know what's not okay. So just being told periods are painful, that's just how it is, that does not cut it, okay? We are not going to accept that anymore. We are also not going to accept that whole periods are supposed to be painful. But that's another story. I love that this person in this example kept going and kept fighting for answers despite being dismissed. A little tip for you, if you are experiencing something like this and you keep getting dismissed, you're bringing up concerns, ask your nurse or your doctor, whoever it is who is asking you the questions and dismissing these, ask them to write in your chart. Say, hey, can you write down that I brought up that I'm having severe cramps during my periods that are interfering with my day-to-day life? Can you write that down and write down what you were doing about it, which is dismissing that? You can approach it however you want. It doesn't have to be that direct, but for the most part, like, doctors do have to write down everything that they are saying and everything you are saying. So make sure they do that, because that will kind of help get the ball rolling to force them to do something about it. Or if nothing else, you can sue if something does happen. Let's move on to the next. All right, Kayla said, after having 2 children, I had chronic pelvic pain. After my female gyno dismissed my pain, oof, we will get to that, and finally told me she couldn't do anything else for me. I switched doctors. I asked for a laparoscopy. I was diagnosed with endometriosis and pelvic congestion syndrome. I've never heard of pelvic congestion syndrome. First of all, let's address having a female OBGYN or female doctor dismissing your symptoms. That's just another pain. Like, that feels personal to me when it's like, first of all, you should understand. So you should have that innate empathy towards me, because like, you've been in a similar, even if you haven't experienced the exact same thing, like, and for me, I just have this innate trust. If you are a woman, like, I trust you. And so it just hurts more when it is a woman who is dismissing your symptoms, telling you you're crazy, telling you there's nothing you can do. And to me, I am not a doctor, okay? I am not a doctor, I am not a nurse. But when I hear chronic pelvic pain, that's the first thing that comes to mind for me, because that is just so textbook for endometriosis. Just by this comment, I'm not sure what the time frame was, but on average it takes about 7 years for a woman to get diagnosed with endometriosis. And it's because of this. It's because the main symptom of endometriosis is pain, and often like painful periods. That's so normalized. Once again, like I talked about in the beginning of the video, we have to stop normalizing painful periods because that means something is wrong. That is literally like the main sign of endometriosis, which is a terrible condition that we don't know enough about. And I just feel like a lot more women have it than we even know, because pain is so widely dismissed in women. It's ridiculous. Okay, I could go on and on about that. I am so proud of you, Kayla, for pushing to get answers. I'm so glad that you have a diagnosis, and I hope you're doing well. And I hope you are finding some things that are helping and giving you relief. And I'm just so sorry that you had to deal with that, because like I said, it just hurts more when it's a woman who is dismissing you. So, oh my goodness. I'm sorry that you had that, but thank you so much for sharing so we can all learn from this. This next story is from Lexi. She said, I went to the doctor with stomach pain and had multiple appointments for it because I knew something was wrong. It kept getting dismissed. 2 months later, we find out it was an ectopic pregnancy. When my fallopian tube ruptured and I was internally bleeding, got rushed into emergency surgery, and now I only have one of my tubes. I am so sorry that that happened to you. Oh my goodness, especially when they missed it. That should have been caught sooner, and I am so sorry. And I'm so glad that you were listening to your body and going back knowing something is wrong. And let that be a takeaway for anyone watching this video. If you feel like something is off, even if you can't put your finger on it, you don't know exactly what it is, a lot of times that is coming from something. You know, it's not us just being crazy. My heart just hurts for you so much, because not only was that just a traumatic and scary thing, but there's so much that comes up emotionally with that. You lost a baby, first of all. You lost one of your tubes. Second of all, having an ectopic pregnancy puts you at higher risk to have one again. There's just a lot that is involved with this, and I am so sorry. So for anyone watching this, your takeaway is, first of all, ectopic pregnancies are essentially pregnancies that are happening outside of where they should be. They should be embedding in the uterine lining, and then they're able to grow. You know, babies get very big, so the uterus is built for that. The uterine lining is perfect for it to implant, and the uterus stretches as the baby grows. However, it is possible for implantation to occur in all kinds of funky areas, especially the fallopian tubes, and that is not going to be a viable pregnancy. If the baby keeps growing, it's going to cause that fallopian tube to rupture, and like in this situation, you can lose your fallopian tube, and it's just really sad to see. So a couple of things to just keep in mind, if I really hope this doesn't apply to you ever, but tracking your cycles so you know what's going on and know when there could be a potential pregnancy could be a really helpful tool for you. This is something I talk about in my channel a lot. Just having body literacy, knowing exactly where you are in your cycle, will help you catch potential pregnancies very quickly. Tracking your cycle, what I mean by that is tracking basal body temperature, cervical fluid. If you want to track cervical position, LH testing, you don't have to do all of those. You could do all of them, you could do a couple, but this helps you know when you are ovulating and when to expect your period, and it'll help you catch a pregnancy early. So that's one tool that's gonna help you. Once again, if you are experiencing pain, it's worth getting checked out. Your periods should not be painful. You should not just be in pain. It's worth getting checked out. And if you know about ectopic pregnancies, if that's a concern of yours, please bring that up and push to get answers. This is a really big and scary thing. I don't want to scare anyone either. Ectopic pregnancies are very rare, but we need to know that first of all, the ectopic pregnancies are a thing. If you don't know that it's a thing, how would you know to advocate for yourself? How would you know what to look out for? So I hope this helps you to learn, and I don't want you to have a lot of anxiety from this story. I don't want that for you. I just want this to help bring awareness. So once again, thank you, Lexi, for sharing this, and I hope you are doing well, and I am so sorry that you went through this. That is just really devastating. That is all for today's video. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video, and I would love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, I want to keep this series going, so let me know if you liked it, and if you have a story to share that you would like me to share, I would love if you would share that in the comments, or you can email me at knowyourcyclellc@gmail.com. My email is also in the bio of my YouTube channel. I hope you have a great day. Bye.